Great afternoon, everyone. Safi here with your next tax tip for the week. And one of the requested topics was going over someone who has multiple businesses, maybe some tax planning strategies. I'm also going to go over just a few best practices. And so if you're looking to go into business and maybe you have two different business ideas and you're doing this ahead of time before setting up the business, it's important to coordinate with a lawyer and an accountant to really understand what lines of business you're looking to get into, because the tax treatment may be different, and that can help determine whether you need to have two separate businesses, separately registered companies, or possibly if you have one registered company and then a DBA, doing business as name for the second company, so that everything combines into one entity but has different branding and names that could be used. So that's one method. Form an LLC, for example, and then have 2 or 3 DBAs registered to that LLC for maybe different company names or industry lines that you want to use within that one umbrella. I don't recommend mixing different tax treatment businesses. For example, rental property with selling widgets. You wouldn't want to combine that into one entity. It'd be better off with 2 separate entities. But if the industry is the same, similar, or the tax treatment is the same, you can get ahead of it by having one company and potentially multiple DBAs or multiple LLCs within one LLC. So that's some kind of advanced planning. If you're already set up 2 companies, you really want to just really treat them totally separate. Separate bank accounts. If they're 2 registered entities, everything will be done independently. That's really just a best practice. So no commingling funds between both businesses unless you're going to create an official loan. So if one company's bank account is short, you don't want to transfer money from the other bank account directly to that company unless you're going to create a loan document and pay it back as a loan. So just some best practices really with 2 businesses, just keeping everything completely separate, separate bank accounts, separate credit cards. If you're using your card for both businesses, you're going to want to tag, which trip that business applies to so that everything could be properly reported on the right return. And really, that's the main thing. Now, when it comes to tax planning in general, depending on what level of income you're making, the industry, and your other income and deductions that you have personally, tax planning should be done based on a company-by-company basis when looking at your overall tax picture. So that's going to vary per person, whether you should make an S election, a C election, whether you should stay as an LLC. Those things would be determined on a case-by-case scenario. And it may apply to one business and not the other. But in general, it's really about having your record keeping in place, keeping everything totally separate. And if you're doing this ahead of time, properly planning with your accountant and lawyer to determine how to treat multiple lines of businesses. All right, so I hope that helped. And until the next time, feel free to leave a message below with some additional topics you'd like to hear. Happy tax season. Bye-bye.